Do you have a pen on it? It's possible. Okay. I don't today. Sorry. Is it Tuesday? No, that's what you're saying.
We'll call a special work session city council meeting to order. We do have a quorum, public forum, individuals may address the city council on items on the agenda or not included on the agenda. Speakers are required to state their name and address for council records. Limited to remarks in 3 minutes or less. Speakers are requested to frame their comments around items that fall within the authority of the city council. Chairman of the city council will not take official action on items discussed at this time. We may place the item on file, take the matter under advisement, refer the matter to staff or committee for future report, or direct the matter to be placed on the agenda. Anyone wish to speak?
My name is Theresa Skorseth. I live at 209 First Street Southeast. My statement involves the sign ordinance and the code of conduct as distributed at the last council meeting. The City of Little Falls is not following the Supreme Court's decision allowing people attending government meetings to exercise their free speech rights as fully as possible. Excuse me. Rule number 3, prohibiting signs which are attached to a stick or a pole. Rule number 7, prohibiting clapping, cheering, feet stomping, and other vocal expressions of support for or opposition to a speaker. And rule number 8, restrictions on photographs, audio tapes, and videotapes are particularly problematic infringements on free expression. None of those rules seem like reasonable time, space, or place and manner restrictions, especially rule number 3. The rules of conduct for the City of Little Falls state, in no event shall signs, placards, banners, props, or similar items be larger than 8.5 by 11 inches, or illuminated, or be attached to any pole, stick, or other device. These proposed rules are illegal under the current sign ordinance, which states signs provide an important medium through which individuals may convey a variety of messages. Interior signs are allowed. That's a sign which is located within the interior of any building or within an enclosed lobby or court of any building. Purpose and intent is not the purpose. It is not the purpose or intent of this section to regulate the message displayed on any sign, nor is it the purpose or intent to regulate any building design or any display not defined as a sign, or any sign which cannot be viewed from outside a building. Provide for fair and consistent enforcement of the regulations. Again, this is part of the city's promise, set forth under the zoning authority of the city. If you want to limit signs on the interior of this building, you must by law amend the sign ordinance. The law is clear.
Anyone else wish to speak?
The video button. Oh, good.
My name is Bill Sharp. I live at 102 14th Street Southwest. And back when we were in Pike Creek Township, we didn't have any drainage problems whatsoever. then we were forced to join the city. Well, the city comes in and they just made a total mess of things. I mean, they did that work late in the year. It was nothing but a soupy mess. That spring, it was nothing but a quagmire. They came in and truckload and truckload and truckload of gravel. I mean, put it this way, I'll guarantee you 14th Street is the only street in town that is a foot higher than the alleys coming into it. You know, I can deal with the road being higher, but they also removed 2 culverts and replaced them. Now they removed them culverts at the low spot of the place, and they moved it to the high spot of the place. I mean, that one culvert that they put in there, the water stopped draining. I still got 20,000 gallons of water in my yard. I mean, I shouldn't have to pump my yard so I can cut grass. I mean, I would like to see them culverts put back where they were, so that my yard drains. I mean, do you have any problem with that? Good, so when's the work gonna start?
Usually not a discussion during the public comment period, this is where you tell the council your issues and then.
Well, I just got done telling you that I'm sick and tired of having to pump my yard to cut the grass. I mean, how much longer do I have to put up with the incompetence of some city idiot?
Well, that's the way to get quick action.
I mean, I think it's kind of funny that some Polacks from Pirate Creek can do a better job than some overpaid, book-smart city engineer. You know? I mean, I would like to see this problem fixed. Thank you for your time.
Anyone else wish to speak?
Robin Hensel, 807 First Street Southeast. I would like to donate this drawing titled New Iraq by 13-year-old Saima Saad of the Iraqi Art Project to the City of Little Falls in honor of Sami Rasuli, director of the Muslim Peacemaker Teams. I purchased this work of art at an event at the Franciscan convent where he spoke to help the following efforts: the Iraqi and American Reconciliation Project and Muslim Peacemaker Team's efforts. I would like it hung next to the pencil drawing Creation of Man 08 in the foyer of the Carnegie Library. In 2009, Minneapolis residents worked with the City Council to pass a resolution approving a sister city relationship with Najaf, Iraq. Since then, the relationship has been managed by government officials of both cities and by 2 nonprofit organizations, the Iraqi and American Reconciliation Project in Minneapolis and the Muslim Peacemaker Teams in Najaf. Activities of the sister city relationship have involved 12 professional and friendship delegations between the 2 cities, a water sanitation program that has provided clean water to more than 40,000 students, and hospital patients in the Najaf area. Displays of artworks from the Najaf area at more than 50 galleries and public spaces in the Minneapolis area, the exchange of hundreds of letters between students and adults of the 2 cities, bringing Najafis injured in the war to Minneapolis for medical treatment and other projects. The Iraqi Art Project brings Iraqi art to the United States and presents Iraqi and American visual art, film, book, theater, lectures, and panel discussions to further dialogue around Iraqi culture, the war and occupation, healing and reconciliation, and the 2 countries' shared future. We support the rebuilding of relationships, cultural understanding, and respect in the country torn apart by decades of war, sanctions, and occupation. We focus on the arts, education, cultural and professional exchange, and water and sanitation projects. We are Iraqis and Americans, veterans and refugees, peace activists and artists, students and professionals, and many others united by our work for reconciliation. This foundation was started in July of 2007. The mission of the Iraqi and American Reconciliation Project is to promote reconciliation between the people of the United States and Iraq in response to the devastation that has affected Iraqi families, society, and culture. IARP recognizes the common humanity of the people of Iraq and the people of the United States. And I just realized tonight that I didn't fill out the back of this form. I didn't realize I got a few things I have to fill out there. I've owned this since 2014, and it's very appropriate to hang next to that drawing. And I've included this information for you as well. Where would you like me to bring this? What would you like me to do with this?
Bring it back with the donation form.
Okay, well,
Anyone else wish to speak?
Yep. Jody Scott-Olson, 14797 Timber Trail, on the topic of the Code of Conduct. Regarding the June 7th, 2013 City Council meeting, the Morrison County Record told readers in their September 15th publication that only those members who complained that they couldn't see were allowed to move out of the public gallery, when in truth council invited everyone in the public gallery to move away from Robin Hensel and her hat, even people on the opposite side of the room. Despite the fact that there were only 7 members of the public in attendance that night, with over 50 available seats in the public gallery nowhere near Hensel's hat. Had the council followed their own policy and held itself to a code of conduct that prohibited them from using their council positions to protest and harass community members for exercising their constitutional rights of free speech, there would have been no basis or opportunity for all that subsequently transpired 2 days later. The draft code of conduct as it is currently written is willfully ignorant. First, you have several areas that any civil rights attorney would deem highly problematic, and they have. In fact, every area where council members are allowed to deviate from uniform and standard protocol based on their individual discretion is an opportunity for them to violate the civil rights of members of the community and to censor public input based on viewpoint, which is unconstitutional. It is this precisely that is and has been the trigger to all lawsuits brought against the city of Little Falls. Whereas the draft code of conduct proposal restricts members of the community, it makes no effort to restrict city council or city officials, which is a careless disregard of fact, history, as well as the financial interest of taxpayers and the community. Continuing to pretend that city officials are faultless in the ongoing lawsuits is a dishonest facade, just like the stanchions that taxpayers paid for when the city council, in fact, had invited members of the public to move out of the public area, everyone but Robin Hensel. Council didn't move people with an obstructed view. They invited everybody in the public gallery to move in repudiation of Robin Hensel's lawful exercise of her constitutional right to bring a sign and to wear a hat with a protest message on June 7th, 2013. The draft code of conduct does nothing to correct or restrict willful displays, overreactions, and unconstitutional protests by city officials, and will serve in no way to guard taxpayers against future litigation against the cities for these failings.
Anyone else wish to speak?
I would like to second.
No, you get one time. Thank you.
I'm sorry, it's 2 times according to your own ordinances. Each individual may speak twice.
That's public hearing, that is not public forum. Thank you. Please take a seat. Anyone else wish to speak? Hearing none, we'll move on. Any discussion on the bill?
thanks, Teresa.
Any discussion on the consent? Capital improvement work? Rick?
Yeah, the one item that I wanted to, real quick, bring up to the council, just as an FYI, we're looking at our capital improvement plans for next year. The one item that we've got here, that we're looking at is 8th Street Southeast, basically 1 block over from our street construction project this year. We're looking at going from Trunk Highway 27 all the way down to Fifth Avenue. You'll see that coming forward here in the next month or so in terms of a request for feasibility reports. We do have a couple of petition projects that will be coming forward as well in terms of feasibility reports, but this is the one that is a staff initiated that we'll be looking at pursuing because the sanitary in that area is bad. So FYI, we'll be looking at phase 3 southeast.
Questions for Rick? Anything on the other? Constituent complaints?
Yes, I guess the handicap access button outside to open the door isn't working. Are you aware of that?
We are. There's something in with the code, the electronics in there. We're working on getting it fixed. We are aware of it, and we're working on getting it fixed. Yes.
Anything else?
Mr. President, I had a complaint on the noise from the ethanol plant again. Greg, I talked about that once before. I'll get you the name and sure that it's zoned, whether it's going to be he didn't tell me what time.
Okay. Yeah, give me the name and the area, and then I'll take a look at it. We'll go from there.
Sounds good, thank you.
Yep.
Yep.
I had a constituent tell me that they had witnessed a drug deal in their neighborhood and photographed it and called the police, and the police said they were not interested in having it photographed. Okay.
Anyone else? Hearing none, we'll adjourn the planning meeting and we'll go right into the regular city council meeting of October 2nd, 2017, 7:30. Call to order. We do have a quorum. Let's please stand and pledge the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All individuals are asked to either silence and turn off cell phones, pages, or other electronic devices that may disrupt the meeting. Approval of the agenda. Approve the agenda as posted in accordance with the open meeting law here and place all agenda items on the table for discussion. What's the wish of the council?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion by Mayor Zilka, second by Councilmember Gushik to approve the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Approval of the minutes. A copy of the minutes for the special work session meeting of September 18th.